Hey everybody, today we are going to be making this delicious roasted garlic and mushroom tomato sauce, and if you want to make it and you want to use a printed recipe card, then go ahead and click on the link below and you can grab one and print it out for yourself. Otherwise, let's get right into the video. And first thing we want to do is we want to grab about 20 cloves of garlic, and all we're going to do for these is we're going to do real quick a chop, smash, peel, chop, smash, peel, chop, smash, peel, and we're going to do that for about 20 cloves of garlic. And I am going to throw them in my air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can just put them in the oven regular, and I'm going to put, I think there's about 20 in there. I'm going to save these to mince up, and we're going to cook them with the onions. So I'll throw these in the air fryer, and while those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and dice up my onions. I throw in a whole onion there. I just showed you half in the video here, but it's a whole onion. And then I'm going to dice up that extra garlic that I kept, and I'm just going to throw these into a dish and set them aside for later. And then I am going to pull out the roasted garlic. That was about 8 to 10 minutes. And this stuff is delicious. It smells so good. And I don't like to have the whole chunk of garlic in there, although it's good. It's not strong tasting like fresh garlic, so I just put them in big chunks. Don't dice it up like we did before. Just put it in big chunks, and then we're going to set that aside, and we're going to cut up our mushrooms. Again, this is about 4 cups of mushrooms, and I like them just sort of bite size. You can cut them up however you want. Some people like them bigger or smaller. And once those are done, I'm going to chop up some chilies. If you don't like chilies, you can just leave this out, but I like a little bit of extra spice. And then I'm going to grab my cans of tomato. I like to use cans of whole tomato because I like to stick my hand in the bowl. It's so satisfying to peel apart these tomatoes. And also because I like to have big chunks of tomatoes when I eat it, because it's just a nice sort of texture in your mouth and it tastes really good. But if you like really smooth sauce, you can buy cans of diced tomato, and then you don't have these big chunks, but you won't get to have fun peeling them apart with your hands. Anyway, set those aside, and then I'm going to grab my garlic and my onions, and I'm going to throw this in the pot. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I don't put any oil in here when I do this. You really don't need to. Just throw in the garlic and the onions, put it on a medium heat, and you'll find that it just starts browning a little bit on the bottom of the pan. And all you got to do is put a little bit of water in there. That's a little bit too much. Don't put that much. But just let the water cook out now. And then this is about another 30 seconds or so, and just move the garlic around and the onions, and you'll see more browning. And then you just pour in a little water, scrape it off, and then move the onions and garlic around a little bit more, and you'll find that there's more browning. And you just do that process for, I don't know, I think this 2-3 minutes, depending on how much you like to really brown them up. And these are all done. And so I am going to take 2 tablespoons of dried basil, and then I'm going to take 2 more tablespoons of dried oregano. You can put more or less, whatever you think. To be honest, I don't ever actually measure it. I just dump it in there. It always tastes good. But for the sake of everyone else, put 2 tablespoons. And then throw in our big chunks of garlic, and that is going to add some really great flavor to the entire dish. And then look at all those mushrooms. They are super delicious. These are shiitake mushrooms. They're really good. And then I like to just mix everything up, see how it looks, see how it tastes, and see how it smells. I throw a little black pepper in there, throw my chilies in there. You could have done that all at once, but when I'm cooking, I really like to throw in some ingredients and then like see what stuff smells like and looks like. And this smells really good, all those herbs. And then I throw in a little bit of water just because I just want to cook down these mushrooms a little bit, and this is just to get that flavor from all those spices in there. And you can see they cook down a little bit, and now we are ready to grab our bowls of tomato and just throw them in there, set this bowl aside, and then we have one more bowl. Again, this is 2 cans of whole tomatoes that I just ripped apart with my hand. And then here I go again. I love to just see what it looks like, see what it smells like when I throw stuff in there. And then the bowls, there was a whole bunch of tomatoes left, and we got to do the dishes anyway, right? So what I like to do is just pour some water in the bowls and just wash them out and put it in the pan. And then, you know, why waste all that good tomato sauce when we can throw it in the pot? So there is my 2 bowls, and then again I'm just gonna mix this up because I like to see what it looks like and smells like. You can see it bubbling there a little bit. And now we are ready to throw in our tomato paste, and this is really going to thicken this up. It adds flavor as well, but the main reason I like to use tomato paste is because it will thicken everything up, and then we can pour in some water, and then when we cook down the water, when we let it simmer, some of the moisture will evaporate, but all of those flavors will stay in there. It will be super delicious. So this is, obviously you can see they're super thick, which is what we want now, but we're gonna have to throw some more water in. So what we do now is the same thing as we did with our bowls. We just grab our cans that had the tomato sauce in it, and again, why waste it? Just pour some water in there, and then you can just pour the water into the pot. And then again, I really love to mix it, smell it. I don't show you on the video, but I'm actually sticking my finger in there a lot and tasting it. And then once I get that all ready, I like to put the salt in last, but it's caked in there because it got a bunch of moisture from the steam. So, but throw in the salt, depends on if you want a low salt diet or not. I like to just throw it in, and then again, I'm not gonna put it on video, but I stick my finger in there, taste it, see what it's like, and then add more or less. And we have all of our ingredients in there except for our last bit of water. I was going to throw in a whole can, but you see I didn't put it all in. If you want an exact amount, it's in the printed recipe card, but I usually never do it. I just do it by thickness, and this is quite thin, but it won't be after we simmer it. And here we go, 40 minutes later. You can see it's nice and thick, and it's got big huge pieces of mushroom and roasted garlic, and it is super delicious. And my favorite thing to do with this is grab some whole wheat rotelli, and I'm going to cook this up for 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to come out with a super delicious dish that you can see here. But it might look like it's missing something from your regular pasta, and that is because we don't put Parmesan cheese on whole food plant-based dishes. However, we do put nutritional yeast, and I have covered it in that here, and it is super delicious. I really recommend it if you haven't tried that. So if you like this video and you want to see more, then go ahead and hit subscribe. And if you do make this, please come back and tell us how it was in the comments. Otherwise, have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.